10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag with a second 100-lap Enduro here at Flamboro Speedway. Dan Story in that 34. Rocket chips out to the early race lead. 32 of Jillian Hills, the 42 of Leo La Barbera, slicing and dicing their way through some traffic here as well. Lap number 1, we'll go to the 34 of Dan Story, and then after that, I have no clue anymore because I got nothing. I'm still here with my co-host, my dad, Trevor Schmo. He's with me still in the booth. He has not left. Unlike me, I left and had a cheeseburger.
Go back to racing, and we got a bunch of good field here. Those drivers that are out there had some misfortune in the first race, but now they're hard after it. And again, we're back with 3 wide, getting into 1.
Oh, the 69 car of Michael Martinuk. He's going to make, I think that's how you say his last name. I'm not sure. He made the right-hand turn to the pit area. So still green. And, now the 41, the Beetlejuice car. 41 is, that's a good question. Michael Lampworth. So,
2 Michaels, they're off.
The Mike and Mike show have pulled off. I still can't believe how many Ross were still up here in the booth with us, but that's okay. We're still green. Clean and green.
34, 32, and the 6 are all running hard here, so.
Well, we're still living and breathing up here in the booth. I think I got some flies in my lungs, though, but that's okay. Or it could have been the Flamburger that I scarfed down in between these 2 races. Oh, the 22X is dirt tracking off of turn number 2 as the sun sets behind the Mount Flamboro.
Sun looks like be getting tough here now, just as it's coming down there over the dirt berm there in the back straightaway. Looks like it might be hard for the drivers to see coming off at 2.
We may need the lights turned on. I'm just kidding. I don't think we're going to need lights. We're going to run this thing through caution free. Knock on wood. That was me knocking on the wood.
Good battles going on there. The 42 and the 142, a couple of team cars battling them out.
It's a battle of the flags there in turns 1 and 2. The 29. That's Jason Vale. He was parked up in turn 3 for like 900 laps in the first one. And Leo La Barbera in that 42, he's got the pirate ship flag going, so it's a battle of the flags. The 29's flag isn't quite as big, though.
Good to see the 29 back out there. You got a change of underwear after the first race from sitting in turn 3 for so long, and got back out there. Hopefully got a little stink off and ready to go. Well, the 142 decides to take the shortcut and cuts through the infield there. Interesting way to go, but still back after it.
Cameron Thompson knows his tricks and ponies around Flamboro Speedway, and he's making use of it here. The battle for the, I still think it's for the race lead. The 34 of Dan Story, I think, is out front. And I think Jillian Hills in the 32 is right there sniffing on the back bumper in that 32 machine.
That 32 runs 3 wide through turn 3 and 4 there. They look like they're running the 86 there as a pick, and they're going to go 4 wide possibly. So pretty good battle there.
86 of, I think it's Dwayne. I might have typed this in wrong. Dwayne Lorenzo. Happy birthday to Maya Lorenzo once again. And he's right in the middle there of that flag sandwich with the 42 and the 29 car. Still slicing and dicing, still lots of racing action to go.
Hopefully Maya gets a little bit of cake after we're done here, but some good racing and great afternoon. The 11X pulls into the infield, and not sure what the problem is with the 11, but Will Foster is pulled off into the infield.
I think that might actually be the 11A. 11A of Adam Robillard, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long day. 142, Cameron Thompson. He's parked back on the infield once again. He's found the ice cream sandwich stand. And I-42. I think it's 142. But that's okay, Tim. Your eyesight's not quite as good as it used to be. That's all right. That's why you wear sunglasses. And that's why I have the microphone and you don't.
He makes his way back onto the track there, having ripped off the wrapper of his ice cream sandwich and got a good bite out of it. So he's back running. 29, unfortunately, back to the not running here. Looks like he's pulled it into the infield. That big Chrysler K car has succumbed once again to some misfortune.
So laps are clicking off here. I still think our race leader. This one's a little easier to keep track of because there's not as many cars. I still think the 34 of Dan Story's out front. The 32 of Jillian Hills is in second. After that, I've got no clue. That's all I got for you, race fans. So your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, a lot of good hard racing going on there. These cars aren't quite as quick as the group that won the first race, but everybody racing hard and having a lot of fun. Hopefully, looks like the 142 headed back to the infield. Got to get another bite of that ice cream sandwich. There's some good racing going on back as we get into turn 3 there. It looks like the 34 takes it 3 wide on the 27. Some good battle with the 5. Not sure, the 27 looks like he's short a bumper that fell off early on in the race number 1, but they're racing hard.
We'll say that 88Z is a good looking car still. I think you've avoided some of the destruction here right in the middle of the back straightaway there. But still racing going on. Still think the 34 of Dan Story out front. Then the 32 of Jillian Hills. Then I think it's the 6 car of Curtis Stewart. Yes, the 6 of Curtis Stewart in third. And then after third, I've got no clue. So I got the top 3. That's as far as I've gotten. I think we're almost closing in on 20 laps into this one. Maybe 20, 25, somewhere around there, 15, somewhere around that number.
They're ticking them off in a hurry here, Kev, because we've run clean and green here. A couple cars to the infield, but looks like some of them are still soldiering on here. 34 running hard, and he's followed by the 32 here. They're running hard.
So we're clean and green so far as we keep on clicking the laps off. A little easier with not as many cars out there to kind of avoid destruction. So far I think we're just closing in on a quarter of the way through the second 100 lapper. Still think the 34 of Dan Story out front, then the 32 of Jillian Hills, and then I think the 6 of Curtis Stewart still, and that's all I've got. So hopefully I'm right. If I'm wrong, well, my name is Tim Norris, and you can voice all your complaints to me.
I think that's 77X of Tom Rodzoga. I'm not sure I've got the name right, but he's running good here. Been running very, very consistent this second race here. So really running hard. Things get spicy up in the booth here, but we're still racing hard down for the second 100 lapper. The race drivers are racing hard. It looks like the track has got a bit of grip in both the high and the low side here, because we've seen some of these cars run high and low. Definitely spicy up here in the booth, but we're still getting the racing done, running clean and green throughout here. The 88Z got a couple of little scrapes on it now. Thought that car was able to take it with him to go to work on Monday, but might have to do a little bit of work at the body shop if he's going to take it to work.
It's been a day here at Flamboro Speedway. We're closing in on the, I don't know, we're somewhere in 30 laps. Somewhere, I don't know. I think number 6 has got his sign held up. That's a good sign. We're clicking laps off.
69 looks slow coming off of 4 here, Kev, as he makes the hard left-hand turn into the infield.
He's going to take the go-kart path. And so far, so good in this one as we continue to clip laps off. Still think the 34 of Dan Story out front. 32 of Jillian Hills and the 6 of Curtis Stewart, I think, are all on the same lap. I could be wrong. I still think those are the top 3 here right now. 77X has got the sign up. I don't know what lap that's supposed to be, but hot diggity dog. We're closing in on the final half of this one.
Still some hard racing going on here. 77X just passed the 88Z, and that 27 running consistent now. Unfortunately, didn't make it to the end of the first race, but back running hard. They're looking good, and nice work from Jeremy Dungy.
Right now, 32 and the 50 cars on the lead lap. High flying here around the 3rd mile, Flamboro Speedway. Again, thanks everyone for joining us here at Flamboro Speedway for fantastic Halloween Enduro 300 to cap off the 2024 season. And my name's Kevin Small. Unless you heard something that you didn't like, then my name is Tim Norris. And you can voice all your complaints to me. I'm just kidding. Love Tim. Big shout out to our race director, Tim Norris, for putting up a fantastic season here at Flamboro Speedway. I'm alongside my co-partner here today, my dad, Trevor Schmall. Big thanks to Kaylee for doing her timing and scoring. Big shout out to Brenda down there, keeping all the scores in line as well. She's got her headset on, she won't hear me, but big shout out to all of our track workers, Joe, our corner workers, Jason and Kenny, and I think he left now, but Mike Norris as well. Can't forget Scotty in the tow truck, all of our back safety team, Tance and Dougie up in the flag stand, Lisa over in the pits. Get everybody lined up. Bob's not here with us today, but Bob, that's usually in the pit tower there as well. So it's been a great year in Flamboro Speedway. A big shout out to John and Frank Caselli for putting a fantastic place for us to play every Saturday night. And we're capping off here with a great night here today for the Halloween Enduro 300. Big shout out to all of our sponsors here while we got a moment. Bennett GM Chevrolet, Grisdale Racing Products, Hogan Law, McClurkin Properties of Cambridge, Claude's Auto Repair, Touchwood Cabinets, Waterloo Regional Kart Club, Hot Rods, Chassis and Components, Grisdale Landscapes, London Recreational Racing, Call the Cop Millwright Services, Spire Fire Protection, Miska Trailers, Brian's Auction Services, Pepsi, Quick Wig Fire Starter, APC, Walker Machinery, Zanata Postal, Norris Racing, Norheat, Cottage Country, Glen Stires Racing, T. Weber Co., Gaylor Equipment, Abrams Towing, Retro Rocker Bands, Peter Anderson from Peter Anderson Photos, Derek Smith from Race, Paul Sean from Zoom Picks, Ingrid Hartman from Pedal Power 51, Ashley McCubbin from Short Track Musings, Flamboro Speedway Hall of Fame page, all of our BAST safety team, and as well all of our Flamboro Speedway staff. Without you, none of this would be possible. We are closing in on, I think, halfway in this second 100-lap Enduro here at Flamboro Speedway, and so far it's been a doozy. Still think the 34 of Dan Story out front, and the battle for second, I believe, is just heating up. That 6 of Curtis Stewart, I think, just worked his way around the 32 of Julian Hills. So now that bright orange numbers machine, I believe, is in second spot. Julian Hills will slot back into the third spot as we continue on here in this one, but right now that 34 of Dan Story's got about a half-track lead over that 6 of Curtis Stewart. Oh, contact down the back straightaway. So I believe we're closing in on the halfway mark here in this second 100-lap Enduro at Flamboro Speedway. We're having a lot of time, a lot of laps up in the booth. I still think that battle for second continues to rage on. The 6 of Curtis Stewart and the 32 of Jillian Hills. Those two duking it out. Lead for second and third spot as we continue to work around the third mile. Flamboro Speedway. Action still all over the Speedway. And this has been a great day, a beautiful day. Thanks to everybody for joining us here at Flamboro Speedway. And, this has been a great year, great way to cap off the 2024 season with just a fantastic weather day here for our Halloween Enduro 300. And there's still lots of racing action to happen here in this one.
That 88Z in the BMW is running a little bit slow. Looks like his left front tire has gone down, so he's making do with what he can. But certainly has slowed down. The left front tire is pretty important here at Flamboro.
So we'll see if they can make it to the end here. I think right now I only count 14 cars on the speedway. On the number 5 car, that right front is, there's a spark show. So we'll see if we can make it to the pits. There's a wheel rolling around there, so we'll...
That wheel looks like it knows its way back to the pits, and it's headed towards there. Oh, it doesn't quite make it.
Red flag is going to fly, and our team is going to go to work to collect that wheel. So red flag is going to come on the speedway. So our BAST safety team is going to go try to see if they can catch that rolling tire down the middle of the back straightaway. I think it's right by the 88 car there. There it goes.
Really is a safety issue. We wouldn't want one of our competitors to hit that, knock that up into either the grandstand on the pit side or on the front straightaway side. But that tire has basically done almost a whole lap on its own.
Our BAST safety team is going to have to give it a bit of a fender here to get it to stop rolling. All right, any day there, fellas. Yeah, there we go. Come to a stop. All right, so we're going to pick that up, and I think we're going to get ready to go. I think we got 13 cars still on the speedway.
Green line, green flag, green flag, green, green, green.
Green flag back on the speedway, and it's been a long day in the booth. The 69 coming back onto the speedway. He's going to come back on the track. The 88Z is going into the pits pretty hot. It's going to make that car to the pit area. So as we continue to work around the 3rd mile Flamboro Speedway here for the 2nd Halloween Enduro, for our Halloween Enduro day here at Flamboro Speedway. Great crowd on hand, great day so far on the Speedway.
A little over halfway down, and we're rolling in on the second half. Lots of good racing still going on. We've got action spread out a bit on the track here now, not quite as tight as it was to start off with, but lots of good racing, and 13 cars still hustling hard. So the only thing that we need to worry about is watching that sunset. Hopefully the drivers can see okay and still get the job done here coming off of 2. It's great to run at the end of the season with spectacular weather, and hopefully Frank gives me another $10 for the spectacular.
I hear Tim Norris complaining that he doesn't have a pen, so he can't count. Do you need extra pair of toes there, Timmy? I'll take my shoes off, don't worry.
I can honestly hope that you don't take your shoes off, because I've smelled those feet. It's not going to be nice up in this closed booth.
They're definitely not smelling very good today. I went to work this morning, then I went straight here, and then I'm going to go straight down. Anybody wants to join me, come on down to the Delhi Community Center as the Delhi Flames take on their crosstown rivals, the Tillsonburg Thunder, tonight. So it should be a good one down in Delhi. Come on down and we can make beeline down there all together as one. Warm-up start at 7:30. Game time, puck drop, 8 p.m. It's going to be a great show. Going to be lots of fights because Tillsonburg and Delhi, they don't really like each other. So come on down and join us. It's going to be a great day. I know I probably shouldn't be promoting Delhi, but that's okay. We're getting close to the end.
See, the 88Z has been able to get a new left front, and he's joined us back out there. Only lost a few laps, so unfortunately 69 looks like he's made the hard left-hand turn into the infield. Maybe he's thinking about joining the Waterloo Kart Club for some of their races through the infield.
14 cars still on the Speedway, so we're closing in. I still think the 34 of Dan Story's out front, and the 6 of Curtis Stewart and the 32 of Jillian Hills. I think those cars are still all on the lead lap. I think they're closing in on lap number 60, somewhere in around that number. So we continue to click the laps off here at Flamboro Speedway in the second 100 lap.
That pirate flag still waving of Leo La Barbaria. And apologies to Leo about butchering his name, but that's why they pay me the not big bucks. So it's been a great day, and I really enjoyed coming here for many, many years. Ran an Enduro here back when the cars were much, much bigger and the crashes seemed much, much harder. So the safety now is paramount with these cars, and we've had a great afternoon. So, 69 is back joining us. The Bell City car back in play here. And Mike has been able to get that car refired and ready to go. Yeah, he is. He's coming up on the 32, so
What's that?
I say he's coming up on the 32.
Well, the 6 is in second.
Yeah. Oh.
Dylan Story comes almost a stop here in turns 3 and 4, and I believe he was our leader. That's going to turn the race lead over to the 6 machine of Curtis Stewart. So big problems over the 34 of Dan Story as he is limping that car to try and see what he can do, but that car is definitely not still under power. So the 6 of Curtis Stewart is now going to take over the race lead, and I still think the 32 of Jillian Hills is in second. So the 6 car, I think, is the leader.
The 34 as he coasts down the back straightaway here. That car was fast right from the get-go, but didn't quite have enough in that car to make it all 100 laps, and he's making a hard left-hand turn into the infield.
I don't know if that car is, if it was 2 gallon there and maybe ran out of some fuel, but I've had that happen before where one of our crew members was supposed to fuel the car and didn't, and we ran out of gas as we were leading. But that's okay, that only happened once, right?
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Always nice to bring up moments of sheer pain in the butt, but it's always good to know that you get support from your children. So, anyways, too bad for the 34. Had a great race going on and had to pull it to the infield. So now I think the 6 has picked up the lead and doing a good job, still hanging tough. And looks like the 32 is in second, but I'm not 100% sure now that the field has got scattered with 34 pulling off.
So we continue under the green flag here. So far this has been a pretty clean Enduro, I will say, as we continue to lead laps here. I think we're closing in on lap number 80 some odd, somewhere around that number. Somewhere around lap 80, so about 20 laps to go in this one. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, as some may say. As we continue on the second half of the Halloween Enduro. 100 laps of distance here.
The 6 of Curtis Stewart is doing a great job wheeling that orange car. It's not the pumpkin car, but still looks like he's got little Halloween treats here. I see the 9 pulling back up onto the entrance to the track. So 9's going to be rejoining us. Had a little off into the pits where we get a little work done. And back to join us for some good racing.
9 of Carly Pettit, I believe, still out wheeling it around here. And we close in on the final handful of laps here in the second 100 lap here. I believe the 6. I think of Curtis Stewart still out front. How many cars we got out here? Let's see.
I think the 6 is being chased by Jillian Hill in the 32, and she's doing a great job there of running a good race with that 32. Sort of a Don Biederman throwback paint scheme.
So we continue still under that green flag as the drivers continue to work around the 3rd mile Flamboro Speedway on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here at Flamboro. Again, thanks all the fans for joining us here. We're closing in on, I believe, about 10 laps to go. About 15 or so laps to go here in this one. So we're closing in on the final handful of laps here in this one.
Just see as you run a 100-lap Enduro, the parts and pieces get left on the track. I just saw it looked like a couple of hunks of something right by the start-finish line, but they get turned up by our competitors and kind of the track self-cleans itself. Oh, the 34 has been able to rejoin us here. Unfortunately, he's off the into the infield for probably 10 laps or so, but 34 back out there. Not sure what the problem was. Maybe he had an overheating issue. Was able to get the car reset, cooled off, and back to going, but still doesn't look like he's back up to the speed that he was right from the get-go of the race.
Is that from the... This is they gave it back.
Still some good racing going on here. Field is a little bit more spread out than we were, but as the sun sets here, a little bit tougher to see as you come off of turn 2. That sun becomes a bit of a challenge, but hopefully our drivers can make the last 10-15 laps or so there. As we wind down the laps here in the final race of the year for Flamboro Speedway.
So closing in 10 laps or so to go here in the second 100-lap Enduro. That's 6 of Curtis Stewart, I believe, still out front in this one as we try to get everything set up and ready to rock and roll for a big finale here at Flamboro Speedway. Final number of laps still to come as we close in on the final few laps of the 2024 season here at Flamboro Speedway. The 6 of Curtis Stewart still out front in this one.
Curtis is doing a great job here, but there's certainly nothing that you don't want to take the hats to victory lane too early, as we saw with the 34, who was way out in front and unfortunately couldn't make it to the finish under full power. So there's still some good racing going on here, and that 32 car is being really ridden hard by Jillian Hills. The car looks really good as it runs through the front straightaway here, but we're still racing hard.
We continue under that green flag here with only a handful of laps left. That 6 of Curtis Stewart still out front, picking him up and putting him down here in this one.
As the laps wind down here, we're still racing hard. We just had, we went almost 4 wide into turn 3 there, and lots of competitors still scratching and clawing for everything they can get, and hoping to make the last payday of the year turn out to be okay.
So the 6-car Curtis Stewart closing in on the final handful of laps here at Flamboro Speedway to close out the 2024 season. 6 of Curtis Stewart still out front, trying to see if he can put that 6 machine in victory lane. Three laps to go there for the 6 of Curtis Stewart as we close in on the final number of laps here at Flamboro Speedway. Jillian Hills still on the same lap in second spot. After that, I've kind of lost track. But Curtis Stewart, as they say that, Jillian Hills slowing down.
32, Jillian Hills slow getting into turn 1.
So this time Curtis Stewart crosses with 2 laps to go. Right. This is white flag, right? So this time off of turn 3 and 4, the number 6 of Curtis Stewart. He's going to get the 1 to go sign. 1 more lap around the 3rd mile, Flamboro Speedway. The final lap of Flamboro Speedway of the 2024 season. The number 6 of Curtis Stewart is going to come through turns 3 and 4. Final checkered flag of the 2024 season is going to fly. Curtis Stewart picks up the win. Checkered flag will fly.
It's a great race there. Lots of hard racing throughout the pack, and this is after those folks have been out there for the first 200 lapper, then this 100 lapper. So it's been a long afternoon of racing there, and some really hard battles going on. But congratulations to Curtis Stewart in the 6 car, and done a terrific job and wheels that car to victory lane.
So down here in victory lane for the final checkered flag of the 2024 season. He is going to climb from the car fence. How about a round of applause? Your second 100 lap Enduro winner of the 6 of Curtis Stewart. We'll slide in here and grab a word here with Curtis. Well, Curtis, that's got to feel pretty good putting the 6 machine in victory lane.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first time I've ever had the opportunity to do it, and first, not in the Enduros, but to park it in victory lane here. So definitely good to pop my cherry.
I know you guys got a lot of support on the 6 car. Who do you want to give a shout out to that got things done in the pits on the car that made this Enduro possible for you guys?
Yeah, I got a great team behind me. Acura, Barry, Point S, Action Tire, Signs of Innovation, Hit Excellence, Desjardins Insurance. I think that's about all of them. I can't do it without them, and they keep me out here, and I appreciate it.
There you go, fans. How about a round of applause? Your feature winner, the 6 of Curtis Stewart.